many things to cleave, but armor is going to be at a premium for this Vega Squadron side. That being said, Sven really lacks the closing ability of someone like a Lifestealer with the Earth Spirit roll in to get on top of heroes like Lone Druid, to get on top of mid-wands hero as well. You need a Blink Dagger. You need to have, items to do damage, EKB, so you don't get stun locked or Savage Roared back. It will take Sven quite a long time to get to that point.
Reserve time. Radiant team ban.
Mid one, play.
Mm-hmm.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I think those are all the heroes that we've seen mid-wan play so far. Those are usually heroes that get a little bit of cash, and Puck is not really one of those heroes. You get a Blink Dagger, you try to keep the tempo of the game, and as I said before, like Team Secret are going to rely on the Lone Druid and the Chen creeps to like be on towers early on. So Puck may be able to get a fast Blink Dagger, and then of course Lone Druid, once he gets that level 10 and 15 talent, will be able to siege the towers. Puck is actually a really nice hero to have versus Sven, versus Darkseer. Well, I mean, you're up against 3 melee heroes, so you're going to be getting some pretty nice value out of that coil. I do like the pick here for Team Secret. It is a hero that usually has pretty good matchups as well. The odds of Puck matching up against someone mid lane and just getting completely destroyed is fairly low. Plus, they have a Chen to roam in as well. Puck is also pretty resistant to Earth Spirit Crystal Maiden ganks, just being able to orb away. So there's some serious value to be had here with this. And now for Team Secret, they really just have to make sure this Lone Druid gets farmed.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Necrophos.
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Tinker.
Necrophos into Tinker. Now on this Tinker, I mean, it's a pretty, I want to say easy pick that you can make for Vega Squadron. You know you have the Crystal Maiden already, so mana is going to be much less of an issue from this just mana-starved hero of Tinker. A decent matchup versus Puck. Having the Laser versus Lone Druid is absolutely backbreaking. You know you're going to be pushed. So having March of the Machines, missiles for defense there is very, very nice as well. I like the Tinker pick for Vega Squadron. This Necrophos pick is interesting, though, for Team Secret. We've seen Necrophos picked up, mostly thrown towards the safe lane, I think almost without exception. Lone Druid usually goes there as well, so I'm not really sure what these secret lanes are actually going to be looking like. Is it a Kazu Necrophos? Kazu Puck? Is there mid Necrophos?
Well, again, although we won't accuse them as much of throwing the game, but they
What are
are
you doing here,
going
Secret?
to, be granted a so-called free game against a pro team that's going to be putting up a challenge. So this might be an opportunity for them to try out new strategies, see if it works out. And new strategies doesn't mean throwing. So, I mean, after all, MP Necrophos, I don't think we've seen it before, but we have seen Necrophos the past few days as well from at Finum. Was it at Finum or Cloud9? Yeah.
If you're going
so
for
one
this
of those teams.
You're going for this like level 10, level 15 timing, where You have just a couple of base items, get this Lone Druid a little bit of farm, and then you're just looking to bulldoze towers with all your bulk and all your sustain, which Secret have a ton of, by the way, with their heroes. They have so much healing. Then, going for a Necrophos, getting him a little bit of farm is well worth it, for sure. But putting Khezu on a Lone Druid, I'm not saying that because I'm doubting his skills. I'm doubting a Lone Druid's ability to farm at all in this game, especially if he's going towards the off lane. He will need a little bit of help. So that is a concern for Team Secret. Like, you can get farm on a Puck, you can get farm on a Necrophos, but if you don't have farm on that Lone Druid, you don't have the ability to get the Maelstrom and then accelerate farm to later on, then you lose your big power.
Yeah, the Vega lineup did actually steal that rune top. Yeah, so they did steal the rune top, so it's gonna be a slight trouble here for Secret losing that gold. But do they claim the one on the bottom? No, so it's actually 3 Vega runes.
3-1 rune split. Can't lose now for Vega. Okay. Well, I'll radio. Probably nothing's gonna happen, and if we miss first blood, then blame Lysander, blame him, it's not my fault. Khezu is going to be 2v1ing this bottom lane. Lone Druid can do quite a few things with the bear to try to pull the creep wave and whatnot. It is kind of nice, but at a certain point, you get Frostbitten, you get hit with a Storm Hammer, and Lone Druid needs a Savage Roar pretty much every single time if he's going to get out of that. He may have some help from a Chen Puppey and a Wild Wing Ripper. That's not really ideal in this situation, unless he wants to help out mid matchup, where Midwan's going up against G's Tinker. It looks like Midwan should be doing just fine against the Tinker. Again, matchups for Puck are almost universally mediocre at worst. There are very few matchups where Puck just gets absolutely destroyed, and Tinker is definitely not one of them. Towards top lane, classic Darkseer, Earth Spirit, and MP, with the help of Pylai Dai, really shouldn't be an easy pick-off here. Ghost Shroud is going to be a little bit risky to use, so we may see him be a little bit hesitant on that one because of the Ion Shells and the magic damage from the Earth Spirit. But you roll in, you try to rush someone like a Necrophos, you're going to hit with the Cask. 2 melee heroes, that's just never really going to work.
Right, I'm gonna load into the game. Hopefully nothing bad happens.
Are we good? Are we happy?
I hope so.
You don't know if you're happy.
I'm
That
just
is a
seeing
true
if,
crisis.
yeah, alright. Seems good. I think all the spiking went away. But okay, so for now, Secret, how's the lanes going? Did I miss anything significant?
No. No real attempts at aggression at all, just trading hits.
Khezu.
No movement from Puppey either. We've seen Puppey play a very farm-based position 4 on pretty much all of his heroes, and Chen is not an exception to that. If you are planning on stacking and being that farming Chen, Wild Wing Ripper is pretty good at that tornado. Oh, bottom lane Khezu.
Oh, Khezu. Does he die here? I think he does. Crystal Maiden's got his number. Nope. Yeah, it's got a... He's forced out the salve though, which is just as big. The Witch Doctor dropping low himself. This Earth Spirit Darkseer lane is very similar to what we see from a Slardar Darkseer. Both heroes, Slardar and Earth Spirit, able to really capitalize on that Ion Shell early. And mid one might not be gankable, but he sure is harassable by that Tinker. Look at his health. Mid one is pretty much getting crushed in this lane by G. We actually talked so much about Secret, we didn't actually mention G that much. This guy, his team may let him down at times, but he has always performed.
This is a very interesting Tinker build as well.
He's a very aggressive, very high skilled player. So this mid lane matchup is going to be pretty heavily contested. Mid one is going to have his bottle soon.
Osaneko?
Against what?
Top lane, he's gonna try to escape with TP. Not gonna happen. There was no mana on Pylai Dai. He was literal 2 mana away from Paralyzing Cask, but tried to get the bounty rune and it worked, but gave up first blood, so Chen in the right place at the right time.
I'll take that.
Back on this Tinker, like, his build is pretty standard, I would say, for most games. Opting for 2-point heat-seeking missile up against Puck is a little bit of a question mark there. And once he gets travels, he'll be able to reinforce, and then his matchups like versus everyone but Puck make the Heat-Seeking Missile definitely a lot better. But you know that you're investing 2 points in a skill as Tinker that will do pretty much nothing up against Puck. If you get hit with the Heat-Seeking Missile as Puck, then you need to work on your phase shifting.
Sometimes he phase shifts the right click, so it's out of habit. But I did check the root mechanic earlier.
Oh, they're going bot
You
again.
You actually get your phase shift disabled.
You could still jaunt out, I believe.
Yeah, you can jaunt out, but you can't phase shift.
Well, if you can get close enough to a Puck as a Crystal Maiden, I think you deserve that. Crystal Maiden has no boots, no movement speed at all, 280, feels slow, man. You get rewarded for catching up to like one of the most elusive heroes in the game with you know, a pretty hard form of lockdown.
Yeah, well, Didyura has that
Oh,
burst of speed. Yep, there you go. He got ganked even though he didn't waste his John. This is a level 3 Earth Spirit without silence actually, so I think G just tipped him really low and they just blew him up with a roll in into a kick.
and you're still working with a level 3 laser up against a not incredibly bulky hero. Infused Raindrop, yeah, that's not really going to do enough when they can very easily just blast you with pure damage and kill you off with right clicks. Phase shift only lasts less than a second anyway, so yeah, killing off Puck is a difficult one for sure for Vega. This one also is going to be fairly difficult. They're going to walk into bottom lane. It is 3v2, but there are a lot of Chen creeps here.
Yeah. They freeze one of the Chen creeps though, Crystal Maiden being strong in that regard, but the Sonic Boom comes out and they will take out the Sven. So Didyura loses his life, so Secret get one big kill on the board there, rotating both support heroes down to help out Keizu after that gank early.
I mean, that was...
Mid one. Oh, he had to juke behind, nearly getting hit by the rockets, but he does have regen, so that's why he was trading aggressively.
Neko steals another bounty rune, and again might be punished because the coil just comes back up.
Yeah.
Dead.
Blocks the spin with the roll away with the coil. So overall now 1 and 3, the CS is favoring Necrolite. So another kind of free farm Necrolite going to be up here in this top lane. We've seen a couple of Necros the last few days, and all of them were relatively uncontested, allowing them to get to an early threads, 4-star. We'll see if MP does build towards the same thing. He has built up that cloak for now, but maybe he goes for a pipe instead of a 4-star.
4-staff first is... I do think you want to get a little bit of bulk on this build, just because you know you're going to be walking into a lot of burst damage on the enemy team. So yeah, going for some sort of bulk item, whether it's just a hood or a pipe, and then going for your Aghanim Scepter to get that consistency up, seems like that should be the build for MP. And even though his top lane hasn't really been challenged by numbers, the Darkseer is still getting actually slightly even more gold than MP. So when you're talking about having a free time as Necrophos, Mag has had a very free time as well. A Mechanism can be coming up pretty quickly on him, and they can also get a pretty fast set of travels. Not as fast as we saw some other players get it, G, but still pretty much where he wants to be. Then how do Secret win fights? They need a really good scythe, or pick off on CM. That's good on bottom.
Yep, they get the Savage Roll there, prevent the Crystal Nova from coming out. And Keizu gets a nice little kill. Highlight die. Meanwhile, holding up that level 3 paralyzing cost. Level 5 already, and getting this tower. Weird draw from Secret. May actually work.
Radiant's middle tower
Keizu hasn't really been punished in his farm at all. Like, Keizu has been normally not quite at the top of the net worth chart, but, you know, hanging around the upper half at least, and in a lane where he should have been significantly challenged, being fed over a couple kills from kind of ill-advised movements from Team Vega, gets Keizu suddenly on top of the net worth chart. So they have a Lone Druid exactly where he wants to be, with a Necrophos also incredibly farmed, and a Puck as well. So yeah, Vega's top and mid situation, they're going fairly well, but bottom lane is kind of a disaster zone.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Yeah,
under
the Lone Druid Bear. I'm surprised they weren't able to contest as much as they did. They really should have brought the Earth Spirit down a little bit more. I think the Darkseer was okay in his lane after a while. Didn't really need that much help. But yeah, the rotations from Earth Spirit actually costing the Vega squad their tier 1 tower.
And also trying to like walk in to initiate on a lone druid and Chen with creeps there.
Radiant's
Like you need to
Too many-
roll in, you need to have
too
like
many
an
animals.
invis or a haste rune or something to get that advantage. You can't walk in. That's just never gonna work up against the Chen and his creeps. So it's a little bit of a questionable move there from Vega. Good intentions for sure, but not exactly right on the execution. And now Chen and MP start teaming up on this tower while at the same time pulling heroes away from bottom lane so KheZu still gets his farm and even puts some damage into the tier 2 with that Demolish Bear. They're just pulling Vega all over the place.
Oh, they're gonna wrap around for Ditya Ra, but Ditya Ra very fortunate there with the haste rune. Will probably get out alive. There is no perch creep there to collect him. I see KheZu chasing him with the bear, but I don't think they will be able to catch Ditya Ra. He has TP and he will port out. So no real kill there on the Sven. Very lucky to get a haste. I think Puppy was TPing to cut him off. The haste rune saving his life.
I mean, it's great that Sven doesn't die, but
Dire's
at this
middle
point,
tower is under
Tirad just needs to get farmed. Like, even if it's farm at the cost of his own life a handful of times, he's on the bottom among the cores easily, where he should be near the top. Chen has more net worth than he does. Ditya Ra is very, very poor. I mentioned earlier that Sven needs a lot of items if he's going to apply significant pressure to the lone druid. You have to be able to get on top of them because he doesn't have that infest bomb mechanic that someone like a lifestealer would have. When he's this poor, like, I don't really know if Sven is really going to get to that point, especially since Secret are soon going to be putting up significant amounts of pressure on these towers. Like, you can't farm as Sven. And speaking of dying as Sven, it was a pretty big gank.
Yeah, they have to Reaper Scythe as well, so getting put in the ground for extra time. No, they're gonna decide to pick off the Darkseer instead. So Ditya Ra might survive, but MP does have the Reaper Scythe for him. The
Oh,
coil
coil
gets thrown
misses.
out. Ditya Ra, does he see him? Nope. Doesn't catch him, so that's gonna be that. Not gonna have that kill there. And mid one blows the coil, but it's only a 60-second cooldown. Not too much to worry about for now.
Killing Darkseer gets them a lot more, just because Darkseer is worth more. He's probably
Yeah.
a hero that's more deadly at this point. Vacuum Wall, level 2, level 1. So, yeah, he is much more of a threat than this Sven who has almost an armlet. Halfway towards an armlet, 12 minutes in. It's not exactly impressive. Vega are starting to 4-man and kind of play like that a Broodmother type style, leaving KheZu to farm and kind of split push on his own. Once KheZu gets this Dragonlance, gets this level 15 talent, he already has the attack range, then Secret can actually just 4-1 across the map. MP though, in a little bit of trouble.
KheZu meanwhile, gonna get caught here. They lose the Necrolite, but Ditya Ra getting chased there by the bear. KheZu's not gonna push it. So yeah, MP a little bit too arrogant there, pushing on his own after taking that tier 1 tower.
Necrophos.
But you know, you talk about Sven not being able to find farm. I feel like Sven always will somehow get the space to farm, especially now that he has teched into 4 points of Great Cleave. Unless his buildings go down super fast and he's cornered into the tier 3s early, he will be able to squeeze out some bit of farm. And Vega, it's up to them to win a few
coil.
good fights, but mid one comes in with the coil and the Witch Doctor as well, deploys that ultimate, so Neko nowhere to run with that coil tying him down, and mid one still wants to look for a CM. Does he find her? He has another orb. The missiles come in and the silence comes out, and mid one will get it with the combo. Puppy is walking into the march though, has to be careful there. The healing.
So you said something about being bottled up near your tier 3s, right? Did you just screw over Ditya Ra's farm game? Because Secret are going to make that push in, at least towards the mid lane.
Yeah. Oh, there's the vacuum wall. It's decent, but it's not gonna do too much. There's a Tinker slowing things down, and it's a very good thing that G actually got his boost of travel before the base started. The bases started falling, so he still has a little bit of opportunity to make space on the map with that boost of travel. Can you imagine if he didn't get that boost of travel early?
They would be screwed. Like,
yeah, they would
so
really be
utterly
in deep
screwed.
trouble.
This is still not looking good for Vega. Like, they have a farm Tinker that can somewhat hold the line, and that's all well and good if not for the fact that mid one has a Blink Dagger of his own. Puck is just already a really good hero at soft or hard countering a Tinker, regardless of Tinker's farm status. You also have the Scythe as well, so once you catch the Tinker, the odds of you killing him are really fairly high if MP is at all in the area. So yeah, this Tinker may be able to spam out March, spam out Heat-Seeking Missile, and keep the team's map control at a somewhat reasonable level. But at a certain point, Secret are still going to find those openings and still will be able to just brave the March of the Machines and missile spam and start applying those right clicks to the towers, because that's just what the Sniper Lone Druid does.
Yeah. Now Puppey walking around with that Purge creep, a big deal as well. Being able to grab that one, because remove that surge from the Darkseer and suddenly he's not that tough. And he also purge off the Warcry, which is gonna be nice.
And Ion Shell, you can get rid of Frostbite.
Oh yeah.
Which is going to be coming down as well. Nothing from the Tinker. You can get rid of the Silence on the Earth
Omelet.
Spirit. This little creep, if he's actually with Puppey's party, then he has some serious value.
Yeah, unlike Diffusal Blade, which got nerfed, this Purge creep still stayed pretty OP. So Neko gonna get caught out here by Highlight Die, but I'm not sure if this ward was spotted out. Wow, so Neko going in very deep here, looking for a pick. Mid one deploys that double damage.
And another
Okay.
tier 2 tower falls for free this time from Secret. Kaiser's not
Yeah.
quite at that 15 talent for the extra damage, but I mean, he's almost at Maelstrom. He has Dragonlance, so if you really need the extra damage, you probably don't. You just take down the towers even without it. And then once those towers fall, then the door for Roche is wide open as well for Secret. Tinker is very weak in the Roche pit. Not much that he can teleport to. Is there even a Helm? There's no Helm with the Dominator on Vega Squadron, so he can't like get a creep to teleport to either.
Yeah. The shrines will go down as well once they lose that top tier 2. But I think Vega needs to take a fight soon. They can't take this bullying line down. They have to try and get some fight goal for them. But with Chen's Hand of God and the mech... No, where's the mech? Okay, there's no mech. But there's a Hand of God, and this is going to make the push very scary for them.
Yeah, Mech is being
Skeleton
built by
Warrior.
Necrophos. That's the tanky item that MP is going to be going for. Most likely it's going to be Mech Greaves into a Ags for the site.
Uh-oh. Coil, come in. Demon the Slayer. Now here comes Didier Ra with the ultimate as well. He gets Savage from Kaizen, and there's your Reaper Slice. Half Elf, and he will go down. Oh, a big splatter from Crystal Maiden. Deploys the ultimate. Sven gets a hit on the Necrophos as well as the Lone Druid. Losing big heroes. Their Secret losing a lot of heroes now. Mag charging forward with the Darkseer. He might have just saved Vegas Bacon. Puppey trying to scoot on out and not having that early mech. Choosing to relegate it to that Necrophos might have just cost Secret that fight. Wow, Vega taking a great fight there with that vacuum in into freezing field into the stun, but Sven did die, so unfortunate.
I mean, I'll take that trade all day if I'm Vegas Squadron. They get 2,000 gold, got 100 out of the coffers of Secret, so no matter how you slice it, that is a win for Vegas Squadron. Freezing field with the Tinker magic damage, with the Wall of Replica being dropped in to a position where Secret can't really retreat, can't really push forward from, so they're kind of just stuck there. Also saving their Sven for quite a long time. I don't really know how much damage he actually did there. Got at least 2 hits off. It's not a huge amount of damage, but it's something from a hero who should have just been immediately taken out of the fight. It was just Vega leveraging the fact that their farmed heroes are in the fight and they are good early game heroes. Like, they have the high level Darkseer with the high tankiness. Have a Tinker who is ready to blast things with the build that he's set up for. It will get a lot weaker. Like, having a farm Darkseer is a lot better 18 minutes in than 80 minutes in. Found the right timing there, so they just have to make sure to find a couple more of those and also not lose the Tinker.
Yeah,
Mid
you
one's gonna
mentioned
retreat.
earlier that the Darkseer is a bigger threat than the Sven at this point. And rightly so, especially with that Blink Dagger, being able to make a lot of big plays. We saw I think a lot of Darkseers yesterday was maybe one of Keizu's Darkseers yesterday, making a lot of plays with the Darkseers vacuum wall, just starting the right fights, putting the enemy's team together, blowing them up with Ember Spirit. And that's why the heroes pick so often now. You know, it's back to the Darkseer meta. And that also could be why the Necrophos was picked up. You know, you have only a couple of heroes that can lane independently against a Darkseer in the lane. And Necrophos is one of them. Keizu gonna get walked right into. They're gonna run in. Is there a Savage Roar? Nope, they're gonna corner him, block off his path with a vacuum, disable him. Not even getting a chance to use that Savage Roar. And Vega starting to strike back there. Getting towers. And maybe pushing for one more. Echo Saber is done for Ditya, so told you. The farm starts ramping up.
PyLi trying to solo G. Up. Did it.
Ooh.
He was dead to laser, I'm pretty sure, but got fogged out a little bit, so the Tinker didn't really see anything. That's just a Cask Maledict and a Death Ward right there, so yeah, PyLi getting a pretty nice solo kill. He also has a Hand of Midas. He has had that one for at least one usage of it, so that is a slick kill. I would expect that from a Puck, definitely not from a Witch.
Yeah. Very nice kill indeed. Slows down the map pushing from Tinker as well. Secret wants to corner Sven into his base, but thus far have been unsuccessful. I told you. Tier 2 towers, they don't go down that easy.
I mean, there's only one more left. The fact that they have this farm Tinker is keeping the map a little bit more open. They're looking at Keizu. I don't think that's... it's a possibility now that he's this far up, but tier 2, you can't kill him. They see MP and PyLi, so they know that reinforcements are right around the corner. They've slowed down Secret, and that is important.
Well, Tinker's coming in. They ping him out. Go through trees there and G. Is there any way they can catch him? Maybe they get the Savage Roar? I don't know. There's still a lot of heroes here. They might just go for this. Sven is ready. They roll in and there's the silence as well. The kick, the pull, and even vacuum man. PyLi was in the background trying to save the life, but now the mech as well as the Hand of God is going to cause some troubles for them. There's the Death Ward deployed now. So Neko walking into a wall, getting hit by the Reaper Scythe, and now PyLi is going to chase forward for that Crystal Maidens. Even the Slayer is going to get brought down. Puppey brings in the commando squad of neutral creeps, and I think that is a sign right for the Rosh Pit.
That is Savage Roar being fair and balanced. To be fair, Vegas Squadron did clump up a lot to get on top of that Lone Druid. The Savage Roar was able to hit pretty much everyone there, and well, pretty much that spell in and of itself just saved Keizu, but that was a really elaborate bait there from Vegas Squadron. Like, those heroes of the Earth, Spirit, and Sven were sitting in the trees for a very long time, like a minute at least. And the fact they didn't get any kills, that hurts. The fact that they lost kills to Secret and Roche afterwards, oh man, that stings just a little bit more. So, yeah, Secret's Savage Roar definitely coming in big there. And Keizu, now that he has the Aegis, will be feeling more comfortable to just sit in the march, take a couple of missiles, and start applying that damage to the towers. He also has that level 15 talent, so he is hitting for 200 damage a pop with lightning procs with insane range. Sniper is in full effect.
Yeah, I think that was less Savage Roar than the double heal bomb coming out from Necro as well as Chen. And Puppey nearly has the Agadam's upgrade already, so... Oh wait, does he have it already? Still missing a staff, so he has about 600 gold away before he has those things, those babies on quick cooldown. And the Ancient Creeps will be joining their cause. Starting to get worrying.
Yeah, just getting a Frenzy Creep, one of the lizards, apply that to the Lone Druid, that's going to be a pretty high priority as well. Obviously, the health golem is also going to be incredible in every game ever, so yeah, there's a big power spike coming around the corner here for the Team Secret squad, and not only that Ags from the Chen, we also have Midwan building up his own Ags, is much further away, but he has a Hand of Midas, so getting Ags is going to be pretty realistic in a short time frame. Probably not by the time this Aegis time's out though, and then getting more items in the future, like a Blink Hex or something like that, or a Shiva's Guard or a Veil. Like, Midwan does have that luxury since he has had such a long amount of time with this Midas.
Yeah, and you know the best part about this Aghanims, it's kind of like forward planning. We might have to hold that, but it's forward planning for when the Sven eventually gets that BKB mid one. He's gonna jump to the side there, just juking there with the cast and the Melodic. There's the Necro. Scythe, man, an easy pick off there. Sven down for 70 seconds without buyback. That is nasty. And with that Aegis, they might look to push the advantage here. Link Dagger and MP. Very different build coming out from
mid.
MP. More of the walking medic out. Middle lane, what's going on here? Seaman the Slayer getting caught out. There's a vacuum trying to bail his buddy out. But mid one already going to be picking off that Crystal Maiden. 7-14 now. Double the kill score on Secret. This may be a quote-quote pointless game for Secret, but they are not. They're not holding back any punches.
I mean, Tinker, eat your heart out. The Puck just got a kill, or set up for a kill on the Sven in the bottom lane, traveled over towards mid lane, helps to get Keizu another kill, who at this point has the completed Mjolnir. Yeah, Puck is pretty much all over the place, and only 7 seconds left for another coil. They are going to actually cool it for a little bit. Puppey, I don't really know where his creeps went. He has a wolf, he has now a dragon, which is fine, but not really the best creep
The
to
dragon's
have right
good for
now.
pushing. It can push a lane on its own.
Yeah, but
That's
then it
pretty
just
much
gets
what it's
shredded
for.
by Tinker. I think you got to team push. Like, split pushing is not really incredibly viable up against a Tinker with this amount of farm, especially once Tinker gets an Ags.
Yeah, he's frantically building it, trying to assemble that the pieces. He's gonna TP to that shrine there in the bottom. G. Start farming up the jungle, or what's left of it. But yeah, this Pup Aghanim Scepter is gonna make Sven's life a living hell. BKB is mandatory for the Sven at this point. He needs it to dodge up the Reaper's Scythe and all the other control elements of Secret. But on the other hand, there's Bear Root, and there's gonna be the Aghanims. So it's gonna be a problem for him.
Jeez, and a Witch Doctor at level 17? Are you kidding me
I
right
mean,
now?
the
That's-
Midas is on Secret.
Yeah.
They picked a lineup that was good early, and they used this early advantage to afford Midases for the entire team. Seems like a plan. Is Midas OP again? Is that why everyone's getting it? Pup has it too.
They just
Puck has
got
it.
such a good start. Like, I think part of the reason why that fight went so poorly for them, we can perhaps attribute it to the fact that everyone's bought Midas is, oh, Jitchira mid. He's dead.
Yeah, that's a bad time to go down. Right outside space. 70 seconds on the sidelines as well. So double Black Dragons. I think Puppey just got a little bit unfortunate with the spawns, but they're still gonna do a nice amount of damage to the area. Oh, Mag goes into the wall. Takes silence, but there's a hand of God. There's a lot of reparations here on Secret, but they are still getting hit by a freezing seal, and there's a lot of damage. K2 has an Aegis. Have to remember that. And the Aegis is going down. The Magnetize is going to be enough damage. Mid one. Gotta get pushed away, so in the end, Mag saves his team again, if you want to count it like that.
I think that's pretty fair to say. If Darkseer doesn't land a play like that with the wall on that many heroes, they don't take out the Aegis of Keizu, and Secret are still knocking on the front doors of Vega, and without a wall, without another combo like that from Mag, there really is no chance of them holding it outside of just Tinker spam and hoping that that's good enough. Once Tinker gets an Ags again, this will get a lot easier for them. But Secret, they have the run of the map right now. They know that the Sven is not farming. He's still not really a threat. BKB, Armlet, Echo Saber is fine, but if you're looking to get really explosive kills through the Dragon armor aura, through all these auras, in fact, from Team Secret, and you have to do that through an Aghanim Scepter, then you need a little bit more burst as the Sven. So he's still not really where he wants to be, and his viable farming places are very low.
Yeah, the Derpy Dragon Aura stacks, so it's kind of nice. AoE Vlad's worth of armor, almost, for both dragons together. They help farm the jungle pretty well as well. Oh, Vega are trying to look for a pick. They might find Puppey.
He can still TP right now.
So the Dire don't know anything about it. Oh, the vacuum was already used though, so Puppey, he doesn't know this right now. The rockets will fly. They'll scout out Puppey. Puppey gets kicked and gets pulled. And Didier Ra actually deploys that ultimate. Wants to claim some ancients for himself. Might as well. You'll get one. Will he get the other Flappy Dragon? Run, Dragon, run! Gets micro, gets frostbitten, and that's gonna be 2 ancient creeps there for that Sven. He does deploy his ultimate though, so that's slightly unfortunate. Now he has BKB. But mid one has the Ags.
Yeah, that's a good amount of gold for the Sven. This type of play you have to make. Get the gank off. Get a little bit of extra farm if you're accelerated by random ancients that are flying around from the Chen. That's a little bit of a cherry on top. The secret squad moving up towards bottom. Shadowblade completed on the Witch Doctor, which is usually just like the ultimate luxury item for a Witch Doctor. And I mean, he's wealthy, he's a high level, whatever.
He
He
has
can get it,
skipped
but
Aghanims, so...
does let him though get the jump on Tinker. Just by
Yeah.
sitting near the creep wave, sitting in the trees. They already have Tinker ward
Oh
set
wow,
up at least
Crystal
in
made it.
bottom lane.
What?
He's dead.
Alright, so they really wanted to bait out that Reaper side. That's all I can say, right?
It isn't agged, so long cooldown on this one still. Longish.
Yeah. Base created. G continues to be a menace around the map there with his constant pushing. But the Boots of Travel should alleviate that. Med 1 already building into an Octarine core, so really wants those spells on rapid cycle. He has picked up the 20% magic resistance. Gonna take a little bit less damage from whatever the Vega guys want to throw at him. Med 1 shows himself. There's a hasted Sven, but I don't think they have any tools to bring down a puck.
Oh, can Piladai solo kill Seneko? Bottom lane, that's a possibility.
It's tough with the roll though. Do you want to start
not.
with toss?
Go for it, Piladai.
Oh, Link.
Okay, the only way that works is if you're at melee range with the Shadow Blade when you start the cast. That is
Yeah.
possible to dodge, but very, very hard. That was a little bit easier there for Seneko. Oh, Seneko blinks in.
Oh, are they going in really? Seems like a bad idea, but Didier gonna peace out right now. Seema the Slayer gonna run as well. The Crystal Maiden, very poor in comparison to the supports here. If you look at that net worth, poor CM sitting at that 2,700 compared to
Oh, they found the
Paladai living in riches. Oh no, there's a scythe for him. It's off cooldown. The BKB gets deployed, but he can still get stunned there by the calls. Like, what the hell is happening? I thought this protects me from magic. Lone Druid strikes him down. The Mjolnir just bouncing all around. Mag in trouble as well. The Iron Shell working against him. The Orb is there. Finds Mag. Jesus with the long range attacks there. Sickles him in the back. Even picks up the gem. 8 to 18 now. The kill score favoring Secret heavily. And they're going for the base push. And without Sven and Darcia, might just actually get the base. There are buybacks. Will G do it?
Fresh pipe on MP as well, so March of the Machines, missile spam, at least will be somewhat countered here. Plus they do have that lizard creep from Puppy, Keizu going berserk with a frenzy.
Oh,
Will kill
losing
off
the
the
Baron.
tower much quicker if they actually decided to make that full push in. Vega will hold just by the power of the Tinker and nothing else. Oh, top lane G though, on a bait. Baited too.
Oh, yeah, mid one is low on mana as well. Oh, missing on the silence. Oh, it actually lands the silence, but missing the stun. But yeah, Puck will survive there. Rather tanky with that Aghanims, really fast with the boots of travel. And Vega, they failed that assassination on that mid player. They will look to close out the map again. Puppy will reclaim some creeps. Got that Granite Golem and the Ancient Thunderhide, so everyone's gonna enjoy that. Wow, that beefing up. And of course, he gets a regen. Oh, but he's gonna walk right into the enemy team. Didier gonna give him a point blank stun, but mid one too quick for him. Going to juke that one out. And that ambush again failing on that Fairy Dragon. But they get the Necrolite. This might be a nice one to get. Magnetize, slow, silence. The slow missing though. So they might not be able to catch him in time. The rocket's there, the pipe, the frost armor is so damn tanky. He might just get a Reaper Scythe all of a sudden. Dash Crystal Maiden trying to get that ultimate ready, but Paladai just lays down the law, deploys that machine gun. Wow, is that Sven even a carry? He went down real fast.
Keizu had a BKB as well that he used. I don't think he got hit with a single thing there, so BKB just like didn't do anything because he was in the perfect position in the back of that fight. It's the ideal scenario there for Secret. They want this Lone Druid and the Necropost, or rather the Necropost, to be taking all the hits. You can build up a mech, a Helm Dominator into a mechanism, opting to go for almost pure defense over offense that the build with the Aghanim Scepter. If he's the one taking focus, you're doing something right. So Secret find themselves in a good spot. Mag.
Oh, that's another vacuum, but
No
he's
follow-up.
alone. Yeah, Tinker's not even there to refract the lasers, and that's gonna be the first set of Rexes going down. I feel like the way Secret play Chen, it just kind of fills that tanky role for that you don't have in that support slot. With those creeps just all over the place. You mentioned how Keizu didn't get touched at all. Well, there's a lot of puppy stuff in his face, and the tankiness, the movement speed, the damage, everything just really come into effect there. Even a solo crest. How are you going to kill anyone with puppy there with every benefit in the game?
And he just needs that level 3 Hand of God, and then he's pretty much completely tricked out. This is something that Secret can also do, like, even if they don't have access to Lone Druid, you just give mid one, like, a Shadow Fiend and pick up a Chen for Puppy, and the same ancient effect of just buffing up a huge sieging kind of usual glass cannon, but all these creeps around, yeah, they are hitting very hard, they're hitting very fast, and have a little bit more health. Now, Double Life again picked up by Secret, who has that one. He has a fresh Eye of Scotty as well, just, you know, stat value. I don't actually know how they could do this outside of just consistently great vacuum walls from Mag, and he has been so far delivering, but if one doesn't hit absolutely perfectly, then they're in a lot of trouble.
Yeah. Well, there's still the dream, right? Vacuum into 5-man, hit your pow pow. Could work. He's getting Shadow Blade. Yeah, you tell he really wants to go for the Hail Marys now. Shadow Blade. Not exactly what you would want to chance on your Sven. You want to get more survivability. Assault Cuirass. Oh, the solo roaming there. Gonna find G. So they were just waiting for him again. You mentioned the Shadow Blade. It's gonna sit there in the creep wave. Found him.
I mean, that's just what happens when you have Shadow Blade on. Oh my god, he's level 23? How is Witch Doctor 23? That's just ridiculous. Over towards mid is a wall.
Oh, that's Vacuum, but the BKB's there. Didier Ra will go manham here on Keizu, but the BKB plus the BKB. Does he get enough damage there? No, it's not. Didier Ra trying his best. He gets destroyed there. The Reaper Slice puts him in the ground. 93 seconds. Lasers bouncing all around. It's very hard to siege up high ground with G constantly spamming. But there's the Aegis. It's gonna pop, and Keizu with a breath of new life. It's looking rough there. Keizu just striking from the low ground. Easy peasy with that frenzy on board. There's a Vacuum again with the kick. The lasers pretty much everything they throw at the enemy now. The buyback on Didier Ra deployed. Is there going to be a catch here? Didier Ra still going after creeps. The Savage Rock pushing them back will allow Secret a clean retreat there. The kick going to be avoided there by Puppy as well. So 8 to 23 will stay. Secret will back off safely, and Bloodstone for Witch Doctor. Wow, Pyle died. Living in riches, this guy.
So you know what I said about Mag landing vacuum wall combos? He landed 2 vacuum walls without a refresher orb. Just because Secret sit around that wall area for so long. So yeah, Mag and G, they are pretty much just by themselves, keeping Vega still in this game, making sure that they hold their structures. But as you said, like, there's still just so much wealth on the Secret side. This Witch Doctor is so insanely farmed. He's 1,000 behind the enemy, Sven. Like, how?
Yeah,
I've never seen that before.
I kind of feel like this Bloodstone is for the suicide. Paladai being the martyr and all, gonna pop it, kill himself off, and save his team. You know, with the respawn time reduction and the Bloodstone, he can come back really fast, actually. So Witch Doctor with some ritual sacrifice, new build.
Well,
I mean,
there's
why
that.
else would he buy a Bloodstone, right?
You're building a soul booster, right? You just get a soul booster. That means you can continue cheesing out the Tinker without worrying about being kind of insta-gibbed in response once your stun wears off from the cask. So he has the damage necessary with the level 3 Death Ward. He has the Shadow Blade to get into position. And now he has Bloodstone to make sure that he is not going to get just blasted when he tries to kill off those heroes. Yeah, it will give him like the reduced respawn, the mana regeneration and whatnot, but I think this, like, just as a health item is already just huge value for Pyle Die.
Yeah, I think G at this point, you know, getting caught up there in the top lane, maybe he needs to stop going on his own already. I know it's a Tinker's job, but I think the more important thing is for him being alive and not getting picked off there in the jungle, because Pyle Die is pretty much just gone in full stalker mode with his Shadow Blade, so Tinker is not gonna have the best time unless he does tack into a Eul Scepter, which he does not have the luxury for. Building to a Hex now.
Oh, Pyle Die. Setting up the biggest trap of all time.
Yeah,
Solo
he's gonna get
ganking
trapped
Witch
though.
Doctor.
You'll see. He's gonna walk into the trees there. Oh, Crystal Maiden. Mag is there.
They don't know.
I don't think he kills Mag. Is there? No, I don't think he kills Mag. Yeah. Mag TPs. And even if he did get the jump, the Guardian Greaves will make it hard to pick off the dogs here. And look at that. Pylai immediately TP to the bottom lane. Alright, I was in lucky top. Let's try bottom.
You know your game is messed up when, like, the hero you're scared of the most 40 minutes in is the enemy almost level 25 Witch Doctor. That is just so messed up, man. Everyone else on Secret, they're just kind of getting space created for them because of Pylai farm. And of course, they're all, like, very capable of getting kills and tangoing in these fights as well. Like, Mid-Wan could be doing what Pylai is doing to a very similar degree. Obviously, Lone Druid is stacked out of his mind, but they don't really need to be doing this because Pylai is setting traps up for the Tinker like this. Oh, gee.
GG, here comes Pylai. Deploys the machine gun and takes him out, and that's 24 and a half. Alright, so now that we've reached this point, 25, what do we get? Death Ward range, 20 Voodoo Restoration.
Oh, mid.
Middle. Oh, what's up? Back in wall again. Mag with the blade, gets them all surrounded. They lead down the bear. But now KZU deploys that ultimate. There's an Eye of Scotty will kite the rod to the ends of the earth, and that Reaper Strike puts him in the ground for 2 minutes, and he immediately hits a GG. Secret had a, well, really gave it to Vega this game. There's no other word to say it. You know, I tried to use some fancy words there, but Secret had complete control of this game. We didn't hit 25 for which